Shout out to the tube. Welcome back to the grid. We bringing another Fade podcast this week. Week 2 of this new season, man. It's looking so good right now for the NFL, man. I love what's going on with my league. Love what the commissioner is doing. Keep it up, you know what I'm saying? Keep up the good work. You know what I'm saying? Keep that up. But Patriots, sir, what's going on with you, dog? What's going on with you?
Man, like you said, I just got to give it up for our commission, you know what I'm saying? Doing the right thing, not panicking like some of these other people, you know what I'm saying? Our commission, getting it right. I know some people said we weren't going to have football, in NFL this year. I want them people to keep that same energy, throughout the year. But, I'm doing good, man. You know what I'm saying? It felt good to come back, last week. And, we just back for another one. We got some more news. We got some more top fives. Like you always say, we got people joining, but we got one in here. Dom, how you doing, sir?
I'm good, man. I'm just ready for some football, to be honest. I'm just tired of everything. I mean, I'm enjoying watching the NBA, but I'm really trying to see what my coach's going to do.
Well, it's football season, man. It's August. Right. Football season.
I'm ready for some football, man.
All right, it's football season. We keep trying to tell people, although the NBA is going on right now, them NBA Finals numbers, they might not even beat some of these football numbers. I'm just saying.
Man, they better avoid them Sundays. That's all I gotta say.
Or it's Thursdays, Mondays, Saturdays. Shoot, NFL taking over.
I mean, at this rate, we might be taking over Saturdays soon. I'm just saying.
Shoot, football game every day of the week. Bump it.
Yeah, I take it. I definitely take it. But what's the rundown today, Patrick? What we talking about?
You know what I'm saying? We got some news. We're going to talk about some breaking news. We're going to talk about some news that happened about a week or two ago. We're going to talk the NFL 100, discuss our thoughts on that, and then finish our top 5/top 7s in position. But we'll get into all that. But the first thing, I guess, is breaking news over the past 48 hours. Derrius Guice, running back from the Washington football team. Well, I should say former running back for the Washington football team. Right. He's been released. He got arrested and charged with domestic violence, and including one of the counts was strangulation. That he said. They said he strangled his girlfriend unconscious and everything, and they were saying that when she realized she was unconscious, he was trying to wake her up, and he was like crying. That whole situation is crazy. I always say this, especially with these situations. Allegations. We don't know the facts until it's all proceeded. So I'm not going to say he did it. I'm not going to say he didn't do it. I'm just going to go for what we have right now. Well, with all that being said, what's your thoughts on this? Did the Washington football team make the right move by getting them up out of there, not 5 hours after the report came out?
I mean, they just got a new head coach. They trying to change the culture down there in Washington. What's his name? Man, I forgot.
Ron Rivera.
Ron Rivera came in and said, "Hey, we changing the culture. They ain't got time for it." Matter of fact, I think that report came out in the afternoon. He was gone within an hour. So they wasted no time getting rid of him. Not to say that they're gonna miss too much. I mean, they drafted him pretty high when they got him, but that his rookie year he was hurt, and then last year he was all right, but.
He was hurt too last year, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I mean, he played some games, but AP pretty much finished it out for him. But he just wasn't worth the trouble, and they had to let him go. So, not even that. That's a tricky situation as is anyway. But if he was talented enough, they definitely would have kept you. He probably would have got suspended. But they just want to get rid of it. Don't even bring that distraction to the locker room. Get him up out of there. And hey, man, those types of allegations, those types of things. I mean, he turned himself in, so. I'm pretty sure there's some guilt behind that, but it might be done. It might be done, man. He might be done in the league. It might just be over for him, just that quick. And that's how they get you up out of here nowadays, especially for domestic violence. They'll definitely get you up out of there. So it's looking like a GG for him. That was just my thoughts.
Dom, your thoughts on the whole situation?
Man, this whole thing is crazy. Just every time you hear some news like this from a football player, and I'm not trying to be wrong, but it seems like it's starting to be a trend with just running backs in general. What is going on with the running backs, man? They gotta take it easy. I don't know, but man, it's just crazy. I mean, the Washington team did what they had to do. They got to get rid of the players, man. They don't want that under their name. They trying to start over. That's what it looks like. I mean, somebody comes out with news like this, you got to let them go. It's simple. I mean. Prayers. I just hope that all the NFL players work on their mentals, man. They just need more mental help for all these NFL players, especially with concussions, all types of injuries. I don't know what they be going through. So, I mean, I hope the medical staff and people can just help these players.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Zilla just joined us. Zilla, what's your whole thoughts on the whole Derrius Guice situation?
Didn't they get rid of him?
Yeah, they got rid of him. Yeah, he got him out of there.
If he did what he did, good. Get rid of him.
All right,
Like,
I mean,
there ain't no. What he didn't he beat up a woman?
he beat her up, and the biggest thing was he strangled her basically unconscious. That's what the report is saying. Yeah, I mean, and from somebody who
they already made an example on our team, so.
Yeah, and I think that's the biggest thing too is when people they hear that domestic violence stuff, the first thing is always the whole Ray Rice situation, how poorly it's handled that, and I think ever since that situation, anytime that allegations even thought of, that person is 9 times out of 10 on the chopping block within like the next 24, 48 hours. But just Derrius Guice, I'm an LSU fan. Dow can attest to this too. He's an LSU fan. Seeing him, from LSU, and actually just seeing him on Twitter and everything, he seems like a nice guy. Like he doesn't seem like he has these demons, and we don't know. I mean, we don't know what happened. I'm not going to speculate what happened, but I mean, like you said, just
nobody's perfect, but
yeah,
you fucked up.
Yeah, I mean, if he did it,
you can fuck up and ruin your life for the rest of your life.
And like you said, Zilla, if he did, I mean, hey, you got to go. And like you said, kid too, Ron Rivera, he's always been, strict culture, at Carolina and everything. And like you said, he's trying to build a whole new culture. That's why he's big on them when they were trying to change the team name. He was one of the biggest people talking about we got to change the name. In this whole situation, he was a big force. Like, we got to get rid of this. It's the same thing I think that happened to the wasn't the two corners that got caught up in that party incident or whatever. I don't know if they cut him, but Ron Rivera, he had a lot to say about that, I think. So they, he trying to change the culture, which I don't blame him. Dom can attest to this, being in Maryland, that Redskins culture needs to be changed. And if Ron Rivera is able to do it, then, more power to him. But yeah, if he did those allegations, he had to go.
Good luck. Good luck to them, to that Washington team, man.
Yeah, man. But I mean, that leaves the way, AP's going to probably carry the load. I don't know if y'all know Bryce Love. He played at Stanford. He was the running back there. He was the guy post Christian McCaffrey, and he was kind of like on the bubble for making a roster. Maybe this gives him an opportunity for him to make the rosters. But with him going,
they're going to trade for somebody. AP ain't going to be their main running back.
No, but I'm saying that's why they might use Bryce Love because he got he was drafted like I think 2 years ago, and because they had Guice, it was kind of hard to give him a shot because they had Guice and AP.
I still don't. Maybe. I feel like they might.
They got
trying to get a Christian McCaffrey Jr.
Because they also got what's his name, Peyton Barber. He played for the Buccaneers, so they got currently 5 running backs on their roster. Maybe they keep one
third and the fourth. Jamal or something. You know what I'm saying? Hey, talk to us. What's up?
This guy. This guy. But yeah, enough of that. Let's go ahead and move on to some other news. John was talking about mental health. This guy, I hope he's gotten the mental health that he's got, that he's needed. It seems like, but Antonio Brown, he's been on Twitter. He's based on the new Antonio Brown pretty much every week. But recently they finally give his suspension, 8-game suspension. And I think normally suspensions activate when you're on an active roster. Mm-hmm. However, for this time, they said that even if he's not on an active roster, that suspension is going to start week 1. So from week 1 to week 8, no matter if he's on a team or not, he's going to lose that suspension. So he's eligible to play week 9. He's been working out with these other quarterbacks and everything. First off, first things first, what do you think? Do you feel like he should have got suspended more for all the stuff that he did with New England and Oakland and the off the field stuff? And then also too, what are some of the teams that you feel like that you could see him going to?
Well, first, I don't think he's going. First of all, I'm surprised they gave him the 8 games that they gave him because if I'm not mistaken, and I haven't checked into this in a while, but I don't think that stuff played out with that girl, right? I don't think they went to court or anything. I don't think he's been charged nothing, right?
No.
Nope.
So this is just the league, doing their due diligence, saying, all right, we going to suspend them just for the allegations alone, and then I think they're going to wipe their hands clean of AB after those 8 games. So, with that being said, as for number 2, I ain't already dropped a vid on this, man. If y'all haven't checked that out, make sure y'all go ahead and look that vid up. But you said you're going to ask what team you think you're going to be on?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look, I don't see no other team not signing him but the Ravens, bro. I mean, it makes the most sense. The Ravens.
I thought Seattle wanted him.
They looking at him. I mean, Seattle's looking at him, but they don't need AB. They don't need AB. They still got Lockett. They got DK. I mean, I ain't gonna say you don't need AB because AB, based on what the last time we seen him, was good. But they got Lockett. They got Metcalf. They straight. They just brought in Greg Olsen. They receiving core. They all right. They ain't in a rush to bring in AB. Whereas the Ravens, they still don't have a true number one. You got his cousin on the team, and Marquise Brown. He's been working out with Lamar. It makes that's the missing piece right there. That's the missing piece right there for the Ravens.
It ain't no missing piece.
You don't think so?
If he's on that BS,
I mean, we speaking as if he's not.
Come on, Zilly. You know y'all like veteran receivers.
If AB
facts,
if AB comes
not on
in,
that BS, then he can play anywhere.
Well, let's say he not. Well, let's say, but you know they not gonna risk it. Everybody, you know, people gonna keep their hands away from at least the
He'd
team.
be a monster on any team. Like
I think if AB had those games counted on the team,
he should be on your team.
I think a team would. Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. But Packers ain't gonna do that. I'm speaking from a team that I believe might do it. And I think the Ravens, that's the missing piece for y'all. Y'all bring in AB. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. How can you stop that offense? You can't stack the box. You stack the box, you go leave him outside one-on-one. You leave him outside one-on-one. You have Lamar do his thing down there with whoever running back is in the backfield. That's all y'all missing, bro. Y'all need to make that move. Make it happen.
It's all about making.
Yeah, but then is he going to be on the BS and interrupt the?
Well, I mean, if he on the BS, get him up out of it.
That's the thing.
About it. But that's
I mean, I agree with you, kid. I was kind of shocked that they did the 8 games, but again, I think it's also to the point where, like Derrius Guice, you said, if he was more talented, they might have held on to him more.
Like,
I
for
think
instance,
because
you can go back as recent as Kareem Hunt. He
yep.
had that incident. The team picked him up right away. Even with Tyreek Hill, he had that little incident. You know, Chiefs won't go let him go. So yeah.
If you're talented enough, I think seeing this stuff, and again, my whole thing with AB is at this point he has to show me. I feel like I always said this too in New England when we released him. I said he was good in New England when he was protected if he just didn't send that text message. That literally was the thing that killed him, was him sending that text message. Right. So if he can keep his fingers away from his phones and sending stuff that he shouldn't send. Other than that, he was fine. He should if he can go to the whole time. I think he's actually hit. I hope he's hit rock bottom, because remember, like before the season, I don't know if it was this year or last year, like 2 years ago. I think it was 2 years ago when he said that the NFL going to play by his rules. They're going to play by AB's rules. I think this time, him talking with Deion and everything, he realized that the NFL going in the words of Kendrick Perkins, they're going to carry on regardless if you're there or not. Life goes on.
I don't think he's going to mess up, bro. I think whoever team because like I said, he been chilling this whole time. I can't see him being signed, and all of a sudden now he acting a fool again. I mean, if he doing that, then that's it.
That's the thing, though. If he gets signed,
I can't see it.
I mean, but like kids say, like it's a high reward, no risk, because literally the second he gets him out of line, you get him up out of there.
Right, and people keep saying, he a locker room cancer, in my opinion. And I was talking to him about this in the vid I dropped. I said, I don't really think he affected the Raiders locker room. He had issues with the coach. Well, I don't think he had really had that many issues with John Gruden. But he had issues with the front office. He had issues with the GM. But hey, they said as soon as he got out of hand, 2-3 weeks, he was gone. So I think the only locker room he affected was the Steelers, but that was him being there for years. So obviously that was going to leave him.
And they allowed him to do that too. They egged him on.
Well, the Patriots locker room, Patriots was fine. In my opinion, the Raiders was fine once they let go of him. It wasn't no lingering thing. Whereas with the Steelers, you felt like that stuff was still lingering because he was still messing with the players. He was calling out Big Ben. He was calling out Juju. That was affecting them. Whereas if you bring him on your team, he act out that first week or two, boom, he out of there. Season goes on. I think whoever pick him up, man, they're gonna be all right. I wish my Packers pick him up, but they ain't gonna.
I agree with you. I think it's between the Ravens or the Celtics, because those are not only two contending teams. I'm pretty sure that's where he wants to go. Win the title.
The Vikings.
I wouldn't be opposed to that. I just haven't seen any link to him going to the Vikings, because again, they did lose Stephon Diggs, but they also just got Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson. Bring him alongside with him and Thielen.
They ain't gonna bring him.
I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to it. I just haven't seen him.
Bring him, man, but they ain't gonna do it. I know they ain't gonna do
it. I just haven't seen him linked to it. But him in Seattle with Tyler Lockett, DK Metcalf, like Kid said, like, you know, if AB's not on that BS, you know, he's going to help out any team. But to me, it's like the Ravens, Seahawks, and the Vikings not actually a bad team either because, like Kid said, that Ravens team, you stack the box, you leave AB one-on-one. I don't think there's any cornerback that can consistently beat AB a whole game one-on-one coverage.
If Lamar want to win his first playoff game, bring in AB.
But
Don't
that's
be scared,
my
Zilla. Don't be scared.
that's our take. But Don, what you got? I know you've been kind of quiet over there. What's your take on this whole AB situation?
Oh yeah, man. AB pretty much been chilling lately. As long as he just make his little music and sit in the house and work out, I think he should be fine. Yeah, like the issues y'all was talking about, I agree. Only came from the Steelers because of the way they was treating him and how they was giving Juju the ball more and Big Ben being Big Ben. But other than that, AB's pretty much been fine. The whole driver thing, I understand because I probably would have did the same thing. No, I'm trolling. But the team that he could potentially go to, I can really only see three teams. It could be the sneaker team, could be the Packers. I doubt it, but the Ravens and Seahawks would definitely probably be two teams I can see him on. Which team would be best? I would say probably the Seahawks. With that, I would say the Ravens. Yeah, definitely the Ravens because the one-on-one coverage thing, pretty much OP with AB, especially how he be pushing off and nobody calls it. But yeah, it would definitely be the best team for him. Probably just going to Baltimore. If he stays out of trouble, keep his mind focused on the game, he'll be fine. But it goes to the mental thing I was talking about again earlier. These players and their mental issues, they got to be fixed. It just needs help.
Down. Look at it.
Yeah, but that's my take.
Let me ask you. I already got Zilla. Zilla already said he don't want him on there. Kids already made a video talking about he would like him on there. Dime, for your team, would you want AB on the Colts?
No.
Why? Whoa, sir, why not?
We'll be all right.
You be all right?
Yeah. We run the football too much anyway, so he wouldn't fit.
Y'all did just get the best running back out of that draft. You right.
Who?
Yeah.
Man,
that's the slogan in Indianapolis.
Best running back in that draft, sir. Be respectful. Be respectful, Mr. Taylor.
We know the Patriots ain't get the best running back, so.
Boy, we all know the best running back is old boy from LSU. Shut up. My boy Clyde. We said this past draft, sir. he said this past draft, sir. What are we doing here?
Zilla, you really don't want him, huh?
Huh?
I said you really don't want him, huh? You really don't want AB?
Is it because he played for the Steelers? So you gotta let that hit out your heart.
It's not I don't want him, it's what he's done recently, like just fucking up teams.
I mean, but you seen when he was on the field, he'd get you a touchdown. You seen that.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't
I'd rather trade for not Antonio Brown, AJ Green or something like that.
Wow.
Green need to let him go, bro. He need to come home. Come to Green Bay.
Team
free AJ till it's backwards.
Right. Team 30. Well, I don't know. You know, he got a quarterback now, so you know.
Yeah, he got a legend in there.
Nah, man, that's a rebuilding team, man. He ain't got time to be rebuilding.
Hey,
relax, they rebuilding around AJ.
Right, they rebuilding around Burrow.
Yeah, all right.
He want to be a Bengal for life. He's a for lifer.
For lifer. But yeah, in terms of the AB to my team, what I want him, sure. I just know it's just. I just know it ain't gonna happen. That's why they even. I just want to say it ain't happening. It ain't happening. It ain't happening. But yeah, that's enough about the AB. Let's go ahead and move on because you know people kind of asked us about this on Twitter. Kid, you got some things to fire off on. So the NFL Top 100. I don't know if y'all know. I don't know if y'all know the whole list. I don't know if y'all have seen the whole list or even the top. Well, I'll just go through the top 10 right now. Then we can discuss the top 10 and then the other list. I'm going from 10 to 1. So number 10, Derrick Henry. Number 9, Stephon Gilmore. Number 8, DeAndre Hopkins. Then George Kittle. Then Christian McCaffrey. At number 5, it's Michael Thomas. Number 4 is Patrick Mahomes. Number 3, Aaron Donald. Number 2, Russell Wilson. Number 1, the players voted Lamar Jackson. Now, a little backstory behind this. I think how the NFL Top 100 voting is worked is that they send players to ballots like around November-ish or so, and then they vote that, and they said it was about a 58% return this year, which is the most that they ever had. So it's a pretty good sample size. But again, this doesn't include the playoffs. It seems like the voting took place before the playoffs. Just a caveat if that affects your thing.
Because they be recording stuff, and like, bro, I'm like, how did they do all this recording? Like, when did they do this? It had to be earlier in the year.
Yes.
Lamar was going off in there. Like, he had like 2 perfect games, like, in the same season.
Yeah, so what is I was outraged. And then when I actually, heard some of these foreign players and stuff talk about how the list was made up, I was like, okay, if it's taking place in November and everything. But even then, you have a problem with this?
Do I have a problem with this list? Absolutely, sir. Absolutely. Shout out to my guy, Kendrick Perkins. Absolutely, I have a problem with this list.
To be honest, the problem, man, I think put McCaffrey over Michael Thomas, if we're being honest, just because of the work that McCaffrey has to put in on that team. I think he deserves to be higher. Lamar Jackson at 1, I definitely understand it. The dude barely has a bad game.
I'll let that live.
Yeah, so I can definitely see him at number 1. Aaron Donald at 3, I don't know about that. But I would probably slide Mahomes over Aaron Donald just because of the production that you see on that team.
Mahomes and Lamar were the best.
Yeah, so I would definitely – I would put Mahomes over Russell Wilson too. So if we can slide Mahomes over Donald and Wilson and just have Lamar and Mahomes at 1 and 2, it's definitely understandable. So, yeah. And definitely and move Derrick Henry too, because Derrick Henry is going – and he led that team to playoffs. So I would definitely.
Oh, you're saying move him up? You're saying move him up? Oh, okay. I thought you were saying like move him out. I was like,
move him up. I was preaching Henry the whole year, like even before the year started. I said if the Titans give him the ball, they're gonna go crazy, and that's what they did. I feel like they listened to me. So we just got to move them around a little bit. I'm pretty much fine with the list.
They should have came out with that top 10 after I seen Mahomes at 4. Look, before I get to the quarterbacks, first of all, Donald is way too high. He shouldn't be top 5 if Gilmore's all the way down. Who was he at, 9? Defensive player of the year, you got to put him above. Yeah, he got to be the best defensive player on that list, in my opinion. If he the defensive player of the year, he got to be above Donald. Sorry. This name stuff, bro, y'all got to stop this. Y'all got to stop this name recognition stuff. Y'all putting people in this top 100, in this top 10, all out of order based off a name. You gotta stop this now. Before I get into that, that's gonna go into my snubs. But anyway, Russell Wilson at what was he at 2?
Yeah.
At 2, bro. Y'all need listen, players. Stop with this Russ gas. It's getting out of hand. Russ is he's okay. He's good. Russ is not a bad quarterback.
Good.
He's good.
You just said he's good.
Bro, he's good. He's not a bad quarterback. He's good.
Relax.
But y'all need to stop this now. Listen.
Relax.
Russ is average at best who makes plays.
With that old line, he's elite.
Who makes plays at the end of games. Like, stop. First of all, his team should keep me in that position every game.
You call him Tebow?
Y'all getting bamboozled.
So if he's that, what is Aaron Rodgers?
Y'all getting bamboozled by all those late game comebacks. That first of all, that's the most overrated stat in the NFL. Quarterback comeback. You shouldn't be down. Anyway, 2.
Where's the defense let you down?
2. The man couldn't complete a 1-yard pass twice now in the Super Bowl, and he cost my team home field advantage because he couldn't get a 1-yard pass in the So
there
all this Russ gas need to stop. Plus, we didn't smack Russ, so it ain't got nothing to do with we've been smacking Russ for years now. I ain't got nothing to do with it.
To be honest, y'all shouldn't even be in that position to rely on the 1 yard.
Exactly. Right. Russ should get in the end zone.
I'm talking about the Packers.
No, we talking about the Packers, not Russ.
I'm talking about the Packers.
I gotta rely on Russell Wilson.
What you mean?
Yeah, you should have to.
I'm sorry, a 13-3 team was in risk of going into the wild card of the NFC. I'm sorry. But, we still was able to get second seed. But don't matter. We should have been first seed if he would have got the pass in. But, Russ can't do that on 1-yard lines for whatever reason. I don't know why. But, yeah, man, y'all got to stop.
Sound like you got hate. You got hate in your heart.
Listen, if you want to say Lamar's number 1, I give you Lamar based off the MVP alone. All right, cool. I give you all that. I'm not even going to argue that. Patrick Mahomes below Russell Wilson, that is blasphemy. That's where I'm at. I'll say my rest of my thoughts for top 100 later.
Yeah, I agree with you pretty much. Like I said, when I found out the list made in November, the only reason is because Pat Mahomes was injured around that time, or he was just coming back. That's like the only logic.
They don't do any references to like him winning MVP or nothing. Like they don't do no references during those things. You sure? It's in November.
It's all when they talk about it.
Yeah. Well,
when they do the talking, they do it after the list is made. So
I got
they
it.
do like So how it works is I think they do. So the list is made. I think they go and do interviews like around like Pro Bowl time. Like I think like around the Pro Bowls when they typically get a lot of these guys to do these interviews, and then they do the stuff after the season, like when the season's finished. That's why they talk about like him being the Super Bowl MVP and all that stuff. So the audio, I'm saying the voting is in November, but in terms of the production, it's like January.
They gotta push that voting
March.
back, bro.
That's why
they gotta push that voting back. That don't make no sense.
I mean, and the way they rank it too is, they give people, and they don't give you a list or nothing like you do to this best quarterback. They just say name the top 10 players, and then they do a point system on when you rank them. So you got to think about it as a player. You got to list 10 players, like your top 10 players. So obviously, when you name your top 10, you're gonna be like, well, I don't want to put Lamar because he's gonna get a lot of votes. Who's another guy that's like, you see what I'm saying? So it's something like that. I mean, it's a decent list. It's just flaws in the whole list in the whole. It's kind of hard to do like that big sample size, but just off of this list right here, I do agree Stephon Gilmore should be the highest rated defensive player. He's defensive player of the year. I personally would have Patrick Mahomes over Lamar, but Lamar's MVP. He was dominating this all off of allegedly. So I don't got a problem with that. But yeah, it should be Lamar 1, Mahomes 2. And then, Gilmore got to be in the top 5 if we're talking about defensive players of the years and all that stuff. So I would either have Gilmore either from 3 to 5, essentially. But everything else, though, I'll put DeAndre Hopkins over Kittle. That's just me personally. Derrick Henry, you might slide him up a little bit. Maybe you put Kittle at 10 and then kind of bump everybody else 1. But for the majority part, that whole Pat Mahomes in the top 10, in number 4 under Russell Wilson and Aaron Donald, that's probably the biggest.
I hope y'all ready for it. I hope y'all ready for it.
What's your take on that top 10, Zilla, before we get into the rest of the list?
I mean, it's all their opinions. Like, you can't really argue it. Like, they pretty much there'd be more QB. QB's most important position. Like,
and
they put.
Go ahead and repeat that, Zilla, because my thing went out. I can't hear y'all.
But according to this list, the top 5 quarterbacks from number 1 to number 5, Lamar 1, Russ 2, Pat Mahomes 3, Drew Brees at 4 comes to the number 12 on the list, and Tom Brady at number 14, he comes to the number 5.
Ridiculous.
Quarterbacks, Aaron Rodgers at number 16.
Ridiculous.
Ridiculous. Falling off and only played half the season.
This is ridiculous.
As you see, Kid got a lot to say. Kid, I'm a anger, a lot of built-up frustration about the. Go ahead, Kid. I'm gonna let you unleash. Go ahead.
Look, we talking about the snubs, right? Because you was breaking in and out on my end. We talking about the snubs.
Yeah, I was just going through the top 5 quarterbacks according to
even a quarterback. Man, like I said, man, these names, man, it's getting out of hand. You know what I'm saying? Like, Breeze and Brady should not be above Rodgers. I'm sorry. I'm not even saying this as a Packer fan. They just was not better than Rodgers last year. Especially Breeze. Breeze got exposed. If anybody got exposed last year, it was Breeze. The man team went undefeated without him. Teddy Two Gloves went undefeated. Taysom Hill was the best quarterback on that team in the playoffs. I'm just going to put that out there. So, he didn't make the top 100. So, Breeze is way too high. I don't know what's going on with that, man. Y'all got to move that. Y'all got to move on from this, man. Like, this name stuff is getting out of hand. But outside of that, I think a snub, in my opinion, Kenny Clark should have made the top 100. I don't care where you put him at. He should have made it. But I think the biggest snub out of all of them, in my opinion, was Carson Wentz. He didn't make the top 100. Like, come on, man. Like, I mean, if this stuff is in November, the Eagles were a little shaky around that time. I want to say, I think they really got going, like, I want to say around December. But, I mean, the man had no weapons. Like, his offense was pretty much getting hurt every week. He didn't have his 1-2. He didn't have Alshon Jeffrey. He didn't have Deshaun Jackson. I couldn't tell you who he had at wide receiver at the end of the season. I mean, Carson Wentz should have made it, man. You got Ryan Tannehill. You got Josh Allen. Who else made it? Kyler Murray made it. Like, bro, you got to put in Carson Wentz. Don't be disrespectful. But that's just me. That was probably the biggest snub out of anybody that I noticed was Carson Wentz.
What's your Thoughts, Dom? How you feel about that? The quarterback list, and who would you say your biggest snubs are?
Out of the top 10?
Or just in general.
Well, definitely Carson Wentz, because we know when Carson Wentz is playing that you're going to get production out of him. But that's definitely the biggest snub. But this list, because somebody's always getting left off, or somebody's always getting ranked lower than what they should be, i.e., Quentin Nelson. But this list is always crazy. So I mean, my opinion on it is just,
bro,
it's
never been this bad, bro. Like it was bad this year. It's never gonna
be right.
It's
never gonna be right because one, they got players on there that's not even supposed to be on the list giving reactions,
right.
And then two, you have people on there that's higher than what they should be. Like come on, man, like. They gotta stop letting these players do it.
Is above Keenan Allen, bro. Keenan Allen, and Allen Robinson. Stop it,
sir.
Stop,
sir. Relax, sir.
Stop this
shit.
These
players are crazy,
bro. This list was terrible this year. This list was horrible this year. What did Larry Fitz do last year? What did he do?
Who?
What did Larry Fitz do last year?
Sir, what are you doing?
I'm just saying. Come on.
He helped Kyler out. What are we doing? He had 75.
Come on now, man.
Catches, 804 yards, 4 touchdowns.
Over Keenan Allen, Allen Robinson.
Sir.
Stop.
Sir.
Stop, man.
Sir.
All right.
Sir, it's all about the footage, too. It's about what he's teaching his block.
You're right. I guess.
It's not just about stats, sir. It's all about the film.
Yeah.
Talking about snubs and everything, I do feel you on that. Carson Wentz, guy who got snubbed. I think kind of you talk about, Drew Brees getting exposed. Maybe Nick Foles always stepping in. It seems like their backup quarterback's always doing good. Maybe that's a reason maybe they let them off, but you had guys like Josh Allen, Kyler Murray, Ryan Tannehill above them on that list. Those are some of the people that you can name. But another guy who didn't make the list, who somebody said is a top 5 quarterback, Matt Ryan, he wasn't on this list.
They put Richard Sherman in there.
Not top 5, Patriot, top 3.
Oh yeah, you're right. I'm sorry, top 3.
Y'all can keep trying.
Matt Ryan wasn't on this list, so. That's a guy who, outside of Carson Wentz, I think so. A guy who I honestly don't know if to me, if Todd Gurley made this list, I think he should have made this list. Joe Mixon.
Todd Gurley was 51.
Yeah, Todd Gurley was like in like the 50s. Joe Mixon pretty much had the same amount of about the same round numbers as Gurley on a far worse team pick number
nice,
1.
Bro. They have to put some respect on that.
I was gonna say Mixon is good.
No, I'm saying he's
poverty, man.
I'm saying he's good, but like literally, I had him on my fantasy team this past year, and literally, I was like, I know he's good, but like that offensive line was not blocked from anything. And the fact that he was able to get about 1,100 yards or so, and Gurley was ranked 50. I think Joe Mixon probably should have made this list. But like Dom said, it's kind of hard doing these lists, especially how I know how the voting is. You basically tell a player to pick 10 people, and so some people gonna get left off this list. Like I remember one year Justin Tucker, people talk about specialists. Do you feel like Justin Tucker should make the top 100 list?
They're never gonna put.
It's very few. Like Adam Vinatieri was on there like 2-3 years ago. Tucker was on there. I don't know if he was on there last year, but he was on there. But it's like very rare, and it's typically like in the 90s or something. And that's another thing too. Like kids say about favorites and names and stuff. You got a lot of guys who maybe they're not as liked as somebody else, so they won't get named. And also too, like when they're in the season, they may not be focused on what another guy's doing. So it's off of what they did like the month prior to that. Like Nick Chubb was at number 36. Some of the guys probably was like, oh, he had like back-to-back like 150-yard games. Shoot, let me put him on the top 10. So, it's kind of hard with this list. But like I said, it's typically a good sample size. Always some faults, but for the most part, I think we kind of all agree Carson Wentz. Do y'all feel like Matt Ryan should have been on this list?
Yeah, he should have made it.
I mean, he should have made it.
Yeah.
If Sherman made it.
He should, like, that most important position.
Yeah, so, I don't know. It's kind of hard going through this, but hey, it is what it is. So that's if we're all done with that. Hey, nobody has nothing to say. That leads us to our final topic where we talk about top 5/top 7. So how we're going to do it is we're going to do top 5 cornerbacks. So corners, we'll do a top 5, and we'll combine safeties, linebackers, and defensive linemen. So defensive tackles, defensive ends, we'll do a top 7. Defensive linebackers will do a top 7, so outside and inside, and and safeties free and strong, we'll do a top 7. It's kind of easier doing that because, like I was, earlier, offense is more so player-based. Defense is all about the scheme fit and stuff. Some guys may be a free safety in one scheme, some may be a strong safety in another, vice versa with being a linebacker, defensive end. So, a guy like Von Miller, Khalil Mack, I'm pretty sure some people may have him as in, some may have an outside linebacker, but it is what it is. But let's get into these top 7/top 5. Where do you want to start with? You want to start with linebacker, defensive lineman, or safety? We'll do corner last.
You do corner last?
Yes, since that's top 5, we'll do corner last.
We can do the lineman, I guess. Knock that out, man. We can do those first.
All right. You want to go first or want me to go first?
You go ahead, man. You got it.
All right. So, I'm just going to preface this too. Because we are combining the linemen, just because there's somebody who's not in our top 7, that does not mean we don't think they're a top 5 in their position. That don't mean they don't think they're top 10 offensive linemen in general. It's just when you combine the defensive tackles and defensive ends, some people just ain't going to make the cut.
All right.
So, going from number 7 to number 1. At number 7, let me just do the quick math, make sure I got it right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. At number 7, I have Myles Garrett, Mr. Helmet head himself. I have him at number 7. I feel like he built off it last year. He had a good rookie year, then he came back and had another good solid year this past year for the helmet thing. That's pretty much the biggest thing over his head. No pun intended. But I think it's pretty good. After that, at number 6, I have Frank Clark. A guy from Seattle who did pretty good. He showed out a little bit in Kansas City, but he was really the key in that, Chiefs playoff run. Every game, if you look at it, he had the game-ending sack, essentially, or the game-ending play in every single playoff game on the comeback that they had. So, he showed up in the big moments. Frank Clark, one of the great edge rushers, and just been balling out everywhere. So I got him at 6. Number 5, Cam Jordan. He's been consistent, been pretty good throughout his whole thing. Name speaks for himself. He's still putting in the work. So I got him at number 5. At number 4, I got the newly paid defensive tackle himself, Chris Jones from Kansas City. Again, putting in a lot of work, been pretty good, and he was the key in the Chiefs' run-stuffing defense and was kind of like the anchor of that whole Chiefs defense for most of the year. Number 3, I got Fletcher Cox. He's still pretty good, holding down the Philly. I still got Fletcher Cox up there. I mean, he's the Philly defense. I mean, it's not saying much because the secondary is so bad. And his fault the secondary getting burnt to a crisp, but he holding it down for their defense, their front 7. So Fletcher Clark at number 3. At number 2, I got Calais Campbell. This guy can play end. He can play defensive tackle. I think he made All-Pro. I don't know if it was this year or 2 years ago, but he made an All-Pro as an end and as an interior lineman. Calais Campbell, one of the guys. And at number 1, you see this coming, Aaron Donald. It's not much else to say. He had a down year with 12 and a half sacks from 20 and a half back-to-back years as a defensive tackle. I got Aaron Donald right there.
Your list is completely different from mine, sir.
Really? Let me hear it then. Like I said,
I got ends. Maybe you consider these dudes outside linebackers. So I'm pretty sure that's.
You said we doing 7, right?
Yeah, we're doing the same. And let me say this too, kid. I had Kenny Clark, the Bosa brothers, Daniel Hunter. Those are just some of the guys who I didn't have on this list. I'm not saying that they're not, elite, because Kenny Clark is a top 5 defensive tackle. Same with Bosa and them, but he's an end. But
all right, you know what? Okay. Number 7, I got Myles Garrett.
Okay, same with me.
6, I got Calais.
Okay.
He getting up there in age, man. He getting up there. He getting kind of old. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel it. Still been balling though.
5, I got Chris Jones. Now 4,
okay.
I can't put no disrespect on my boy's name. Should have been top 100. Should have been. He made the Pro Bowl. He didn't make the Pro Bowl. Gotta put my boy Kenny Clark up there. Monster.
Was he All Pro?
I don't think he was All Pro.
Okay.
Exactly. He was a Pro Bowl. Monster. Young monster. Kenny Clark probably like 21 years old. He real young.
21?
Yeah, he been in the league since he was like 18, 19 years old.
How is that possible?
Yeah, he was young when he got drafted. Go ahead and look that up. He was real young.
Oh, I'm about to look it up because I don't know how you can be in the league at 18.
No, yeah, he was young. That boy.
Oh, he's 24. He's 24. Okay.
Yeah, he been in the league for about what, 5 years? Yeah, he been in.
Nah, he only been in the league for 2.
Who? Kenny Clark?
Well, 3. I should say 3. My fault. This is about to be his 4th year.
20, 19, 20.
Actually, no, you're right. I'm sorry, you're right. This is about to be his 5th year. Yeah. So he came in at 21. When you said he was 21 now, I was like, wait, hold on.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Then I got third, I got Joey Bosa. I got Joey up there.
Mm-hmm.
2, I got Cameron Jordan. And 1, I got Aaron Donald. I mean, obviously, Aaron Donald's probably everybody's number 1. Yeah, that's what I got.
So you ain't have Fletcher Cox in there, right?
Nah, man, nah.
I got you. Cool. Like I said, different variations how you view some of these guys. Just for me, why I had Calais Campbell, although I know he's getting older, he's still been beasting, but he can play tackle, and he's a dominant run stuffer in both. And I feel like in that Ravens system too,
hey, he's a monster on Madden 21. This
man bought a Madden. This man bought a Madden. Oh my god!
I gotta put that out there.
Oh man, Dom, Zilla, whoever wants to go next.
Expose yourselves, casuals.
Hold on, I'm getting one more person.
I got you. But yeah, like I said, Joey Bosa, kid. What's your thoughts on having Joey Bosa at that high number 3?
The man's a monster, dog. I think he was. He just became if I'm not mistaken, became the highest paid defensive lineman in the game.
I think so. He was the last. He's the last one to get paid, right?
Yeah. So, yeah, man, Joey's nice. Joey and his brother nice. Nick nice too.
Yeah, and like I said, I had Joey Bosa and Nick Bosa, like they was kind of right there in like my honorable mentions. But I just like the versatility of some of these other guys.
Out of there, dog.
What? Oh,
Fletcher and Clay, man, get him out of there, man. Oh.
So Cam Jordan not old?
Next year?
Cam ain't that old.
Mm-hmm.
We're doing an order for next year, right?
Yeah, going into this year. Yeah, just like we did.
And we're doing edge rushers and linemen.
Yep. Well, just.
All right, so number 1, I'm putting Aaron Donald up there. Okay. Number 2, I'm going to do Chris Jones. Number 3, I'm going to do Joey Bosa.
Yeah.
Okay.
4, I'm going to do Nick Bosa.
Okay.
5, I'm going to do Kenny Clark. 6, I'm going to do Derrius Smith. And 7, I'm doing DeForest Buckner.
Gotcha.
Okay.
My boy got what was he got the Bosa Bros up there. You got Nick.
They both be moving malicious off the edge, so
you got Nick Bosa number 5, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. You got Bosa Brothers top 5. Okay, cool. Yeah. And I don't got a problem with that list. I like that list. Only one I would just say is like Nick Bosa. He just got to do one more year, and he got to clean up some of that stuff off the field. But anyway. What you guys? You got your list ready, or are you still trying to get it together? All right, he still gotta get it together. I'm surprised none of y'all said Daniel Hunter.
Yeah.
Oh, kid, what you got to say about
Daniel Hunter, bro?
You don't like any Vikings,
bro? Vikings
player. You don't like any
I got
Vikings.
some Vikings in my top.
I mean, you got Vikings in your top 5. It seems like it's like Zilla with Julio. Like it's always some slander behind. Like you can never just give a full compliment.
I'm worried about the Vikings, dog.
What's it? Skull? Is that what it is? Same
thing with the Vikings. Some of them just names. You know what I'm saying? The Bears. Some of them just names. Y'all gonna hear what I got.
Zilla, you still there?
Zilla might be gone. We'll come back to Zilla.
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if I should go to linebackers and have you come back.
What were you on?
We're still on defensive lineman, top 7. You got your top 7?
When I did it, I did the linemen separated.
Okay.
Separated them in defensive ends and D tackles.
I got you. Well, let me see what you got though. Let me see what you got.
I put defensive ends. I had Daniil Hunter, Cameron Jordan, Calais Campbell, the Bosa brothers, Myles Garrett, and Justin Houston.
Okay.
And then for D tackles, I had Aaron Donald, Cameron Hayward, Chris Jones, DeForest Buckner, Kenny Clark, Fletcher Cox, and Geno Atkins. Yeah,
that was another guy who was I was looking at too. Hayward, he's been killing it for the Steelers. Especially being a run stuffer. So not a bad list. Typically for the I was saying like I said, typically for the most part, especially because we're doing these top 7s and stuff. A lot like some people might not say a name, but that don't mean that we're not. We don't think that they're that good. Like how Kid mentioned Joey Bosa. If I did,
yeah, you good. I don't page it.
You're going to have a certain somebody in your top 5.
Repeat it. I couldn't get it on my side.
My fault. I got you. So we're moving on to linebackers right now. Outside, inside, top 7. We're combining the two again. Kid, I know you're going to have a certain somebody in your top 5, so I'm going to let you go first. Go ahead, kid.
We're doing linebackers, right?
Doing linebackers, kid. Go ahead.
5?
Go ahead and say that. We're doing
7.
7. We're doing 7.
Oh, okay.
But I know you're going to have a certain somebody in your top 5, so go ahead and say it.
First of all, if he's in the top 5, he deserves to be in the top 5. I just don't put people in my top 5. Anyway, number 7, we're going to put in T.J. Watt. Number 7. Ooh. Number 6, we're putting Khalil Mack. He's just a name at this point in time. Look at them numbers. He wasn't even the best outside linebacker in the division last year. Just going to put it like that. You know what I'm saying? So y'all know where I'm going with this. 5, I got Shaquille Barrett.
That's
4,
right.
Chandler Jones. Number 3 is that man. So Derrius Smith, number 3 on the list. Led the league in pressures. Led the league in quarterback hits. You got to respect that. Y'all stop snubbing my man. Media out there snubbing my guy. Putting these names above him. Derrius was doing it all last year. I'm just saying. The best pickup in a long time. Ravens should be ashamed of yourselves letting that man go for nothing. That is so sad. Ravens don't pay nobody no more, I see. Stanley still waiting on the deal. Come on, man. What's going on over there in Baltimore?
Who you got number 2 and number 1, man?
My fact, who else ain't getting paid over there? When they put somebody else on a franchise tag, I forgot his name. Y'all know who I'm talking about.
Oh man. Zilla?
Ravens, y'all need to get it together.
Oh man,
y'all gotta get it together, Ravens. What's up?
What
were you asking?
Y'all out here, y'all not paying people. I'm just saying. You gotta keep that same energy. Anyway.
Already 2. Know we ain't about to pay people with our QB about to get paid.
Oh man, you see this?
Number 2, Von Miller. And number 1, I'm going with Mr. Bobby Wagner. That's my linebacker list.
Wait, you got Von Miller still up there?
What the?
I got a question.
Excuse me. Well, we swearing Von Miller?
Excuse me, sir.
Y'all want Von Miller on your team right now?
Why is Darius Leonard not in your list?
That's what I was about to ask.
At first, I had inside, outside, but you know.
That's what I have.
I'm sorry. There are casualties in this list.
Now, let me ask you this:
the outside linebackers in today's day and this day and age of the game,
Von Miller
are more important than the inside linebackers. I'm sorry. You can pass. If you can edge, you can get to the quarterback, and most of my guys are outside linebackers that are edge rushers. So you can say. You could have used them as DNs or whatever. That's how they use them. These are the ones I named. That's how they use them. So that's how I look at it.
So, kid, because I don't like the Darius Leonard thing. I'm gonna get to that later. I would let Dom Zilla handle that. But my thing was, you said Khalil Mack was just a name.
Yeah, he is a name.
Did he say the dude y'all traded to the Cardinals?
Oh. He Chandler Jones. He had him at number 4. He had him at number 4.
I got Chandler.
What about the Steelers?
Von Miller's not just a name. Stop.
He had J.J. Watt at 7. He had T.J. Watt at 7. T.J. Watt at 7. But my whole thing is, here's my whole thing. So if Khalil Mack is just the name, who was injured last year, by the way, what is Von Miller? Because Khalil Mack had better stats than Von Miller last year.
First of all, Khalil Mack, I play the man twice a year. He don't jump off on my screen. Shout out to Skip Bayless. The man does not jump off my screen. Okay,
I'm not gonna lie.
I will hope.
No, but my whole thing is, you can't say Khalil Mack just a name and then have Von Miller at number 2 when Khalil Mack has better stats.
Monster last year, bro. I don't hear that, dog.
That's my only thing.
Von Miller had 8 sacks last year. I think
that's what I'm saying. He only had 8 sacks. Khalil had 8.5. Like that's what I'm saying. Like you can't say one's name.
They both were mid last year.
First of all, Khalil Mack had a way better supporting cast than Von did last year. Facts. That D-line for the Bears.
Von Miller's defense is good too.
That D-line for the Bears is nasty.
Watch Denver. Denver's defense is good.
Denver, watch. If what's his name? What's the quarterback name?
For who?
For the Broncos.
Drew Lock.
Broncos. Listen, Broncos got a squad over there. If Drew Lock can get right, y'all better. I'm telling you, man. Broncos.
That's the point.
Yeah, Broncos gonna be nice.
Okay.
Don't worry about it, sir. This is my 7.
I know that show 7. I just didn't understand how you said like Khalil was a name, and I didn't understand.
Sorry, don't worry about it. You asked me questions.
Zilla, go ahead, man. What's your list, man?
I did the same thing as last time. I had outside and inside. For outside, I had Leonard at 1, Demario Davis at 2, Chandler Jones at 3, T.J. Watt at 4, Zadarius and Preston at 5 and 6, and Shaq Barrett at 7.
I love that.
For inside linebackers, I had Bobby Wagner, Levante David, Eric Kendricks, Corey Littleton, Jalen Smith, Deion Jones, and then Blake Martinez.
Derrius is an outside linebacker?
Yeah.
Oh, he is.
Nah. Casual. But down, who you got in your list? Unless you need a minute.
All right, I got my list.
All right, go ahead. Let me hear what you got.
All right. Well, since I had Zadarius Smith in the last one, I'm not going to put him in this one.
That's right.
I'm going to do from 7 to 1. So for number 7, since Zadarius isn't on it, I'm putting in Eric Kendricks.
Okay.
6, I'm going to put Shaq Barrett. 5, I'm putting Von Miller. 4, I'm putting Khalil Mack. 3, I'm putting T.J. Watt. 2, I'm putting Bobby Wagner. And 1, I'm putting Derrius Leonard.
Okay, I got you. I don't know why I thought you said Derrius Leonard twice. That's why I was like, yeah, I got you.
Oh, no. I said, yeah.
I got you. Yeah, this not a bad list. I like that list, you know. You say you had Shaq at number 7, right?
Yeah, I had Shaq at 6, Eric Kendricks at 7.
Education, cool. Yeah, that's not a bad list. Come on, linebackers.
Not a bad list.
I'm proud of that.
So, had me questioning whether to put him because he had 1 year at 19 sacks.
That's what I'm saying. Like Shaq Barrett, to me, he's on the outside.
Is he gonna repeat that?
Yeah, that's what.
But I think with Brady there, he's gonna be.
I mean, you got a quarterback throwing the ball, turn the ball over 30 times.
That's what I mean. Like,
yeah.
That's the thing. Is Brady gonna hog the ball up, or are they gonna be on defense the whole game?
Shoot, Brady's scoring in 2 minutes, so they're gonna be on defense the whole game. They're just gonna be down by 21, so he's gonna get sacks anyway. Like I said, I like Downs. It's not a bad list. It's pretty much the same, just switching people around. Shaq Barrett, he's on the outside looking in. Gets at number 8 on my list. He's outside looking in. So from 7 to 1, I got Levante David. I got Levante David at 7. I got Von Miller at 6. I got Khalil Mack at 5. I got Darius Leonard at 4. I got Chandler Jones at 3. T.J. Watt 2. Bobby Wagner number 1.
Time out, sir. In any of your previous lists, did you mention Zadarius Smith at all?
What you mean?
Did you say Zadarius in any of the other lists for the linemen? Did you say Zadarius Smith at all?
Nah, because I have him as a linebacker.
No, okay, I have him as a linebacker. Okay.
I said he's 8. I said he's 8.
He's number 8.
Yeah.
Can you say that list again, sir?
Okay. Got Levante David at 7.
Yeah.
I got Von Miller at 6.
Okay.
Sir, this is my list. I got Khalil Mack at 5. I got Darius Leonard at number 4.
Ridiculous.
I got Chandler Jones at 3. T.J. Watt 2. Bobby Wagner number 1.
Sir, who led the league in quarterback pressure, sir?
Sir, Shaq Barrett led the league
in quarterback
Shaq Barrett pressures. I don't care. I want you to get to the quarterback. I want sacks. And Chandler Jones was half a sack. Shaq Barrett led the league. Is Shaq Barrett in your top 5?
How many sacks does Darius have?
I don't know. Tell me.
I know he was up there.
He was up there.
He had to be like top 5.
He was up there.
And like sacks.
Nah, I mean, like I said, it ain't nothing bad. I just need to see another
year. I just
year.
felt that was just a little disrespectful, sir. That's all.
It's not disrespectful. I just want him to
a little disrespect. It's okay.
I just want him to duplicate it one more year. That's all.
Sir, people said he was doing that because he's getting paid. Now he ain't got paid. Now he got to do another year. All right.
I'm just saying another year.
I'm being okay.
Just need one more year.
It's a little disrespect.
Khalil Mack. I have Khalil Mack a little bit. Khalil Mack and Von Miller down in my pecking order just because they was injured last year. So you know, we'll see. If Zadarius does it again, I don't have a problem with him putting it again. Like I said, this is a top 7 kid. This ain't like a top 5. He's in my top 5.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on. Carry on. By the way,
Carry on.
You the one that don't got Darius Leonard on your list. That's.
I got Zadarius over him.
Can't believe it.
Zadarius better than him. Facts.
Say what?
Zadarius better than him. Facts.
Man, stop playing.
I don't know about that one, Chief.
I know all about that one, Chief.
You know what? I might have to do a poll on Twitter,
Yeah,
and I know
you
you're.
Please.
And
so
it's crazy because it's crazy. You gonna retweet it. All your Packer fans
I'm gonna retweet it. Don't worry.
Your Packer fans
They gonna vote
crazy.
for the facts. They gonna vote for the truth.
They gonna vote for the crazy. This is not good. We gonna move on to safeties, man. Like I said, I kind of started this combining thing because like a guy like Eric Berry, when he was prominent league, or like a guy like Harrison Smith, they'll be strong safety one year, free safety the next.
They don't even do strong and free like that no more. You either a box safety or not.
Right. I was about to say at this point, shoot, they be having 3-4 safeties in the game at the same time, like put them in the box or whatever. So. I'll go through. I'll start off with the top 7 safeties. I got Earl Thomas and Derwin James as honorable mentions right here at the safeties. So at number 7, I have Kevin Byard from the Titans, still pretty good. 6, I got Devin McCourty, been leading catalyst for that secondary outside of Stephon Gilmore. Sir, my list, no football, casual. Anyway, number 5, I got Jamal Adams. Again, I mean, I would have him higher, but he's basically like Cam Chancellor, box safety. But he's pretty good at what he does, whatever they ask him to do. So he's at number 5. Number 4, I'm sorry, hold on, wait. Oh, I'm sorry. I messed up, actually. Kevin Byard's at, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm sorry. Kevin Byard's at 6. I have Earl Thomas at 7. Derwin James outside looking in. So I have Earl Thomas 7, Kevin Byard 6, McCourty 5, Jamal Adams 4, Harrison Smith at number 3. I got Minka Fitzpatrick at number 2, and you already know, what I'm saying, Super Bowl champion, DBU, Honey Badger, Tyler Matthew, best safety in the game. Down, let them know, LSU DBU, let them know, down. We produce nothing but great DBs.
Yes, sir.
I heard Ohio State was DBU. That's what I heard. That's what I was told.
And it's crazy. I got another LSU person in my cornerback, but I ain't going to get to that yet. We'll get there yet.
Yeah, I bet. Hold on, I hope not. Anyway. Let me go.
What you mean, hope not?
Let me go. 7, Kevin Byard. 6, I got Adams. 5, surprised you let this guy off the list. I got Micah Hyde, man. You got Micah in there, man. Micah's that dude.
He's top 10.
4, I got Earl. He got redeemed himself from that playoff game though. Wasn't looking too good for him. Number 3, I got Minka. 2, I got Tyrann Mathieu. And obviously, number 1 is the best safety in the league. You know what I'm saying? Harrison Smith. Put some respect on that man's name, Patrick. Come on now.
What you mean?
He's number 3. We do this every year. Harrison Smith. Best safety in the league.
I had Harrison Smith in my number. No, hold on real quick. Because I had it was like 2 years ago, something like that. I had Harrison Smith number 1, and you clowned me. You was like, why you have Harrison Smith? And then the following year, you had Harrison Smith number 1. So I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to hear it. Probably got deleted, so lucky. So yeah, I don't got a problem with your list. I thought she was gonna have the other Viking safety in there.
Nah, man, they got them 2 as the best safety duo. I ain't never heard dude name. I'm like, I don't know who that other dude is. I'm just saying, man.
What you got, Zilla?
For safeties?
Yeah.
I had Matthew at number 1, Minka 2, Harrison.
Hold on, Zilla. Pause, Zilla. Keep going, because you broke out on me. You broke out on mine.
Man of culture. See, I don't have a problem with that list. So you had the.
Hold on. I didn't hear 3. I didn't hear three on down. Say it again.
Matthew, Minka, Harrison. Jamal, I had Kevin Byard, then Jamal, then Harrison off of both Harrisons, and then McCourty.
Okay, all right.
See, I'm surprised he ain't had Earl Thomas on this list, but I don't got power. There you go, Zilla. Let Kid know. Put some respect on Devin McCourty's name. You talk about Harrison Smith. Put some respect on Devin McCourty's name, sir.
You said Devin McCourty.
Put some respect on it, sir.
Patrick Chunga, you ain't got him up there?
Unbelievable.
Nah, I don't got him up there. Not yet. He like top 15.
Nobody mentioned my boy Adrian Amos though. I'm just saying, solid safety play last year.
You ain't put him on your list.
I'm just saying, I'm not trying to be biased. You know what I'm saying? That's all. Can't have too many Packers up there.
If they balling out, they balling out. Didn't you say that? You said if they on your top list, that means they actually good. Didn't you say that about when I said about the linebackers?
Honorable mentions Adrian Amos on mine.
Oh, look at him.
Yeah.
Look at him. Who you got, dog?
Honorable mentions Malik Hooker, but he's not top 7. But I'm doing 7-1. 7 is Bayard. Number 6 is Earl Thomas. Number 5 is Bills Mafia, Micah Hyde. Number 4 is Minka Fitzpatrick. Number 3 is Honey Badger. 2 is Jamal Adams, and 1 is Harrison.
You know what's crazy? Did you have Jamal Adams in your list, kid?
I did.
Yeah, I want to know what's crazy. Kid said he said Ohio State was DBU, but we got 2 LSU safeties in the top 10. I'm just saying. Jamal Adams,
he's a different breed, bro.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying now. Kid said was trying to say Ohio State. I'm just saying
I was
LSU.
going on what I was told. I don't follow college. I don't know.
Sir,
all I know is Wisconsin's RBU.
Well, if Mark told you got a big issue.
That's all I know.
RBU.
Yeah, that's what I was told.
RBU.
That's what the street saying. The street saying Wisconsin's RBU.
What the heck did y'all get out of Wisconsin?
Man, don't worry about all that, man. We RBU.
Shut out Wisconsin.
RBU, dog. Don't worry about all that.
What? Nah. Give me not outside Jonathan Taylor. Give me 3 running backs out of Wisconsin.
Gordon.
Okay, I did.
You got
I know the 3 you're gonna say too. Go ahead.
James White.
That was second or third.
You got
that was second or third.
You got Monte Ball.
I knew it. I knew that was gonna be your 3 running backs that you were gonna say.
You got some other. I forgot his name. I think his name was Bennett. I forgot his name. He used to play for my old team. Don't worry about it, man. RBU.
Sean Alexander, Derrick Henry, Mark Ingram. Anyway, next. Anywho. I don't got a problem with a lot of safeties list. Like I said, we pretty much had the same people in the list. I would say.
You should have said Lacey too. You mentioned them Bama backs. Oh man.
I mean, you can say that. I mean, I just said 3. I just went off of top 3. Let's get into this. This part. So we're gonna do top 5 corners because this right here, this is where it's gonna get spicy. I think.
Think so?
I think so. I think it's gonna get a little spicy. I'm gonna let Dom go first on these corners if you guys list ready.
Yeah, I got my list ready.
All right, Ben. Let me see your top 5 corners.
I'm gonna do 5-1.
Cool.
Number 5, I'm putting Marcus Peters. 4, I'm putting Jalen Ramsey. 3, I'm putting Casey Hayward. 2, I'm putting Trey Derrius White. And 1, I'm putting Stephon Gilmore.
You wanna know what's crazy, Dom?
What's up?
I expected you to have Ramsey a little bit higher because he's out of Jacksonville. So, but
nah.
I know you've been on the free Ramsey train, so I thought like Hopkins once he left, you know what I'm saying, that they'll go up on your list because they're out of poverty. But I respect your list. I like your list a lot, actually.
Yeah.
That list stinks.
Stink.
I can smell that list from over here.
As long as you don't put none of them corners that get smoked by Adam Thielen on
That list stinks.
You better not put no Packer on there because we got plenty of film when they get smoked by Cooper and Thielen.
Don't worry.
Kevin King better not be on there.
Sir.
All right, remember Kevin King? Kevin King?
First of all,
both of them was getting
Madden was
smoked.
disrespectful. I got to speak on Madden real quick. They are so disrespectful, my boy Kevin King. I think he gave him like a 73 overall. So disrespectful.
Bro, you using Madden in your argument?
I'm just saying.
You using Madden?
73 overall?
Madden?
Come on, Madden. Get it together. Anyway.
Go DM Swami with that.
Yeah, I still need to hit him up. And that was ridiculous. Anyway, no honorable mentions. I ain't got my boy Jai in there. He going to be in there next year. Jai going to be top 5 by the end of the season. He going to be top 5 by the end of the season. But honorable mention, I got Jair Alexander. And I got an extra one. I'm going to add in Marlon Humphrey. Because I don't believe Marlon is better than Jair. So I can't put him in the top 5. If Jair ain't
He getting smoked by Adam Thielen.
You know what I'm just saying? He don't get cooked. First of all, Jair don't get cooked by nobody. He got cooked one time. That was just cool.
One.
That was the only time I seen Jair get
Adam
cooked.
Thielen was destroying.
No, he wasn't. Pull up the tape.
Come on, man.
Pull the tape
it was
up.
on TV. Everybody was watching.
Pull the tape up. Anyway, but as for number 5, I got Richard Sherman. Y'all so disrespectful. You got respect Richard.
Sherman?
Yes.
Why
Sherman.
you keep saying y'all? You don't even know my list.
You're right. Hopefully, you better have him in there now. Cause you know what's crazy? I got called out for having Richard Sherman in my top 5 last year, and I got proven right. Anyway.
Sherman?
Richard Sherman, number 5. 4.
Talking about Sherman that's guarding the 4th string because he can't guard the 3rd?
4. I got Xavier Howard. 3. I got Tre'Davious White. 2. I got Jalen Ramsey. And 1. I got Gilmore. That's my top 5.
So, kid, you do realize today's
Did you
like also.
You said who I have at 4?
4. Who was in the middle? 4-3-2.
Xavier Howard, 4. Corner from the Dolphins. Tre'Davious White. Tre'Davious White was at 3. Jalen at 2. Gilmore at 1.
No, it's funny, kid. Tre'Davious
I had
White
them just 3 and 4 switched. I had the same thing.
Okay.
You putting in Sherman.
Sure. By the end of the year, Jair gonna take his spot, bro.
You know what's crazy, kid? I said it's an LSU guy in a cornerback. He was like, I know it ain't. Tre'Davious White went to LSU, so
Oh, he did? Oh, I didn't know that. Bro, I'm not a college guy. Y'all know this, man. I thought you was talking about Patrick Peterson. I'm about to say, I know you putting Patty back in there, bro.
Nah. But kid keep talking about my list and everything. He's talking about respect for Sherman. Let me go on the podcast, kid. I'm you know what I'm saying? I'll make sure everybody can hear me. You can hear me good, right?
Yeah, you good, man. I can hear you.
I'll be the first to say, I was wrong about Richard Sherman, when kid had his top 5 last year. I was wrong.
Yeah.
I was wrong.
Faded up, as always.
Yeah. He proved me wrong. I joked about it, but Richard Sherman proved me wrong. I don't got a problem admitting when I'm wrong, and I'm not like some people run away from it. I'll admit when I'm wrong.
Yeah.
And it's funny, kid, because I have basically the same list you have, except for one person. But I have Sherman at number 5. I have I have Tre'Davious White at number 3. But at number 4, I got Marlon Humphrey at number 4. I feel like I don't know why. Like I said, I went to the Patriots Ravens games last year. I see Marlon Humphrey play. That dude's a beast.
Bro,
I don't know
he's not
why.
better than Jair, dog.
He's better than Jair.
No,
I don't know why he's better than Jair. I don't know why people think Marcus. I don't know why. And Zilla, maybe you can answer this. Why do people think Marcus Peters is better than Marlon? Maybe because Peters gets the interceptions or stuff. But that boy Marlon Humphrey's a dog. Like he's a dog out there.
Ain't even no receivers in that division. Who is he guarding?
Juju.
Who? Juju.
Jair and Garden Thielen.
Juju. That's it.
OBJ. Jarvis Landry.
Odell wasn't doing nothing, dog. Hold on. Didn't Odell and them cook them when they played the Ravens?
Nah, Marlon Humphrey had him. Marlon Humphrey had that boy in a chokehold.
He was frustrated. That what happened with Jai. Jai don't be fighting on the field.
No. It was OBJ did something to Marlon because a picture came out and people thought Marlon Humphrey was being dirty, but it was like a whole thing that came out. It was OBJ started and Marlon just finished the play.
Bro,
so
Jair better than Humphrey, bro. Poll
and Marlon Humphrey.
Make that a poll.
And also too, Marlon. I'll make that one a poll.
Yeah,
I'll make that one a poll. So, Fade podcast, the Grid channel.
No, never mind. Don't do it because Engraving gonna see it. It's gonna get out.
No, why you want to do it? Nah. We doing that.
And you know what's crazy? It's crazy, dog. He when we says the Derrius versus Darius Leonard, he didn't say none of that about his fans. As soon as we said Marlon Jair, it's a problem.
We good.
Do it, Patriot.
I know in my heart, my boy Jai is better. That's all I got.
Nah. Yeah. Hold on, Kat. I'm gonna have to pull up the poll from last week too that you did. What'd
you say, Patriot? Come back.
Who's the better corner?
There you go.
Anyway,
say it again. Hold on. What'd you say? You went out on it. What'd you say?
My fault. I'm sorry. We're gonna bring. I'm making it official now. We're gonna bring back what we used to do the first couple seasons. A poll of the week. Before we did retweets and likes. Now Twitter has actual polls. We'll do a poll of the week. I'm actually about to pull up the poll of the week from last week that we had. The kid pulled up, and I will put up this week's poll of the week, and it'll be Jair Alexander versus Marlon Humphrey.
Oh my gosh.
Go ahead and vote on that.
When I see somebody retweet, I know something. I know it. They ain't gonna count no more.
But yeah, I got Jalen Ramsey 2, Tre'Davious White 3, and it's the best corner in the game, defensive player of the year. You know what I'm saying? Led the league in pass defense and interceptions. It's just another day's work.
Pass defense, who's tied with him? Jair Alexander.
He was also tied with Tre'Davious White in interceptions. But
most dropped INTs. Who's tied? Gilmore and Jair. Just saying.
Who was tied for the most interceptions? Gilmore and Tre'Davious White.
Just saying, man.
I'm just saying. Who was defensive player of the year? I'm just saying. Was Jair Alexander? Was he an All-Pro?
He should. No, he went All-Pro. He ain't there yet. He ain't there yet, bro. It's only his second year. He ain't there yet.
That's what I thought. But me, like I said, kid thought my list was gonna be so different, but it was actually pretty much the same, except for Marlon Humphrey and Xavier Howard. But everything else was exactly the same. But while we're recapping, like I said, we're gonna do this. Huh?
Did Zilla go?
Yeah, he already went.
Oh, okay.
He had the same thing.
I had the same thing as you. switched.
Around. Okay, yeah, okay.
I had Tre'Davious White.
So look, before I move on to that poll of the week, and we'll give our thoughts on that. Zilla, I have a question for you, being a Ravens fan. Why do people think Marcus Peters is better than Marlon Humphrey? And in your opinion, is he better than Marlon Humphrey?
I mean, it's cornerbacks year to year. You get beat, you don't. Like, it's all about the scheme most of the time. Who you got behind you? Like, Marcus Peters is now in a better scheme, so it's like year to year, what scheme you're in. Like, plus, Peters only in his first year in our scheme, so.
I mean, I'm asking you as a Ravens.
Continue to get better.
I mean, you ain't answered the question. You kind of skipped Bayless me and ran circles. Who's
like
better, Marcus?
Garland ain't that dude.
That's what I'm about. That's what I'm about to assume from it.
I mean, I think Marcus Peters is better.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
Talk
that's all I wanted to hear. Okay. I mean, another Ravens fan, Hamp. He said Marlon Humphrey's better than Marcus Peters.
There's a lot of bias going on around here.
I think Marcus Peters is better.
Zilla giving you the real. Marcus, see, Humphrey been there long. He just biased. You know what I'm saying?
I'm asking Graven. And Graven gonna make me decide the fact. I'm gonna ask Graven.
Jair better than both of them. Don't matter.
Nah. So if he better than both of them, how come we not in your top 5?
Bro, he honorable mention. I ain't got Marcus Peters in my top 5.
I've seen firsthand him get burnt every play.
Bro, you talking about one game?
Burnt by Adam Thielen.
I seen.
Thank you, Zilla. Thank you, Zilla.
I seen Devontae Parker cook Gilmore week 17. And he still won the 5th player. Just saying. It happens. It happens to the best of them.
But it happened to Jair more so than not. Anyways, like I said, it took week 17 for Gilmore to get cooked. And again, you live to fight another day.
We talking about, give me another game. I need another game. I only one game was Cooper. But that's okay. Cooper top 10. He top 10.
And Thielen, that's 2.
Thielen has never cooked Jair. Pull it up. I need some receipts, bro. Pull it up.
What was Thielens' numbers against the Packers?
Bro, it ain't about that because they be on different sides of the field. Oh, you know that. Come on, man. I don't mean nothing.
I'm gonna try to find those stats, but I know Dylan's cooking them. I know for certain somebody tried to. I know somebody tried to say Devontae cooked Gilmore, but when I look at the stats, he only had one catch.
All I know is Devontae was cooking Gilmore and Rodgers didn't give him the ball.
I'm just saying he only had one catch, so sound like it's locked down to me.
I got footage. My eyes don't deceive me.
My eyes don't deceive me. The Gilmore had that boy locked up, put him in the shirt.
Sound like a box score looker. Well, that's what it sounds like.
And a box. I was watching the game.
I don't know, dog. Do you be watching? I don't know, dog.
I don't think you was watching, but anyways. Moving on, last thing, like I said, we always gonna do our question of the week. Ended off with that. So we had the question of the week with our top 5s last year on offense. Matt Ryan, Zilla said he was a top 3 quarterback to be specific. And Kid went on Twitter to ask the people, is he a top 5 quarterback for the 2020 season? It was 40 votes, so it was a decent sample size.
I did put that poll up, didn't I?
87%. Yeah, 87% of the people, Zilla, said no. So, I mean, what's your thoughts on that, Zilla? I mean,
on the cornerbacks.
No, on the poll with Matt Ryan, the fans voted 87% said no, he's not a top 5 quarterback going into the season.
I mean, it's everybody's opinion. It'll be the shoe. He gonna have 2 dynamic. You saw that post that Ridley said, kid.
What?
You remember that post I showed you? Ridley saying he gonna transform.
Yeah, I seen that. I seen that mess. Yeah.
You said that mess. He goes into elite room.
Oh, that's all.
Say it again.
That's that.
How else does he have Julio and Ridley going off without him going off?
I don't know.
That's all I got, kid.
I ain't got nothing else. That's pretty much it. That's this week. Hold on, next week. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, top 5.
Oh, I got something else, sir.
What?
Go Colts. Go ahead.
Go Colts. Anyway, but yeah, that's pretty much it for this week's episode of the Fade Podcast. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. As always, don't hesitate to leave comments and stuff in the comment section below. Go ahead and like the vid. Go ahead and share the podcast as well. And we'll catch y'all on next week's episode. We out.